your health. We saw a couple moments, right, where it looked like the back got tweaked. I just wondered how you were able to push through it and where it feels like right now compared to earlier in the preseason when it first started to act up.
It feels good. Just got hit in my back and it kind of just irritated again, but I'll be fine.
Is it something that you feel like it impacts mobility, maybe defensive wise or on the glass or in any spot in particular?
No, I just got to keep it loose. I'm going to get irritated, but when I'm on the floor, I just try to focus on playing, not worry about it.
Where do you think that overall the team has to turn the corner? And of course, LeBron mentioned the shot making, which has been obvious. But as you guys get out of this 4-game losing streak, what do you think the key is going to be?
I think just getting our first win. It's not really about any other team right now. Scouts or schemes and all that. Just us going out there and doing it for 48 minutes to get a win. Whatever we got to do. So I think that's the first step. And then after that, we just build on it.
You guys, throughout the start, even though you guys had some shooting struggles, you talked about controlling what you can control, showing effort, especially on the defensive end. When that kind of lags a little bit tonight, is that frustrating to see? Does it just feel like we didn't control our area where we've been working?
For sure. We gave up a lot of point transition. We were much better on the defensive end than we showed tonight. And, coming out in that third quarter, we fight back, to tie the half. And then, obviously the shot making in the third quarter, but then, we wasn't doing what we were supposed to do defensively. And the game got separated from right there and there.
Some of LeBron's turnovers seemed to come when he was trying to play two-man game with you, and maybe even forced it to some extent, because obviously you guys know what you can do with one another. Are times when you're out there with this whole new group, do you feel like that's the only player you really have a sense of familiarity with, like in terms of really knowing his game inside and out, and how do you guys implement the other pieces to get that same level of familiarity?
About communicating. Me and Pat talked about what he likes to do on pick and rolls. Me and Kay talked about what he likes to do on pick and rolls. I know what Brian likes to do, and he even told me today that tonight when he tried to force it, I think like 3 times, and a kick ball or turnover. He said you just got to be more aggressive. But me and him have a connection. We've been doing this for 4 years of 2-man game with me and him. So obviously I know his game more than anybody else on the team.
Did when you view where this team is at today, are you looking at it? This is what we need to do to get better tomorrow, or are you still seeing things very big picture?
Both. You always want to look big picture, but then you gotta be a realist and live in the moment. Figure out what we got to do to get better tomorrow for Friday. So, it sucks. When you're in it right now, but we know we're not going to be in this for too long. And like I said, I think once you get that first win under your belt, kind of just get that monkey off your back, and then who knows? We continue to play defense how we're playing and turn it around. But I'm in a moment also at the same time. You gotta look big picture as well.
Going back for a second to talking about forcing some shots or forcing some possessions. Do you think the way the team is shooting right now might make guys feel like, hey, I gotta take this on myself, or I gotta take it?
You still gotta make the right play. No matter what guys are shooting from the field, you gotta make the right play. And guys got to have, enough confidence to shoot the ball. So, you don't want to, get into that game, where you feel like it's all on one player. You got to still play the game the right way. And if someone's open, passing the ball, and then, they have to do their job.
I'm sure you'll get to the film after today on Minnesota, but just any initial thoughts on a pretty unique lineup now with trying to integrate Towns and Gobert together. And of course, they didn't play in the preseason game. You guys are either one. So any initial thoughts on that and how that impacts the spot that you're playing?
It doesn't even matter. At this point, like I said, it's all about Lakers and what we got to do. No, I don't care about any other team. We got to figure ourselves out first before we can focus on any other team, and I think that's what our focus is going to be. You know, how can we get better, and then apply to the court and let the rest take care of itself. But I mean, they do have a unique team with Towns and Gobert. I mean, I don't know the matchups with on their side or on our side, but no matter what, I'll be ready to go. And like I said, we just got to focus on us.
It did seem like you had enough of a defensive rhythm the first 3 games as a team while the shots weren't falling. Do you think you can get back to that and then add some of the offense? Like, do you see that puzzle pieces going together?
Absolutely. I definitely think that we're going to get back to the way we defend, and then our offense going to come around. Guys keep shooting quality shots and not shooting bad shots. Then you continue to play the game the right way, and things change for you. But when you start shooting bad shots or guys start doing things on their own, you kind of stay in this slump. So, the basketball guys, are with us, and we just got to continue to
prompter. But these kids, they excel.
He did well, right?
He did very well.
They did very well. They excel in the classroom. So it was nice to have them out.
Absolutely.
Honda, helpful.
SoCal.
Always nice to have him.
Honda.
LeBron scored 8 of his 19 in the fourth quarter. He's
Hammer at home.
It's really hard to believe. I mean, I understand the science and all the dieting and the exercise and the whatever. $2 million he puts in, but still, in 20 years to be able to do that, it just makes my knees hurt.
Difference in that third quarter when Denver made their push.
At one point, we was outscored 29-11.
How do you balance the sort of looking at the 4 losses so far at this point in the season with just everything going on? What do you think the biggest thing you guys have to do to turn it around?
We're gonna make some shots.
Okay. Do you feel like missed shots are contagious, or is it a combination of a bunch of things?
Well, we had some turnovers. I mean, I was the byproduct of that. I mean, I had some unforced turnovers today, just trying to make the right play, but not being aggressive enough, and forcing a lot of things. But yeah, we gotta make some shots.
Is that when you guys kind of start out as cold as you guys have on shooting? Does that make it difficult sometimes in offense to trust each other and keep the ball moving and keep things going?
No, because you just got to still play the game the right way, no matter what.
The nature of turnovers in the past. How would you characterize the ones that you had tonight? You said you were saying
I wasn't aggressive enough on a lot of my turnovers. I was coming off a lot of screens, looking to pass to get guys involved, and I wasn't aggressive enough, and that was some careless turnovers on my part.
is that like a natural familiarity that you have with ADs when things aren't necessarily going to work or still need more time around you, that you're going to try to go to that, and that led to some of them?
No, that's an easy fix for me. I'll be much better on Friday with that. I've done that over and over throughout the course of my career. It's an easy fix. I'm not worried about that.
You guys are only 4 games into this. Do these problems feel like only 4 game into the season problems, or is there a heft or a weight to any of this and to the start that this is maybe more serious than just early season stuff?
I mean, some of it is early season stuff, obviously. Obviously, like I said, it's a new system. It's a new group of guys together. We're still trying to get familiar with one another. I think defensively, I mean, besides tonight, especially with our transition, I think we gave up over 30 in transition. That's not good. But overall, throughout the season so far, we've been 3rd overall in defensive ratings, top 10 in pretty much everything defensively, and we've been bottom everything offensively. So, that's part of the game. You gotta, you want to defend to keep yourself in the game, which we did. Was able to make the 13-3 run to close out the quarter. And then in the third quarter, we couldn't score, and they was able to get out and run, and they boosted the lead back up.
You've always talked about how the game will tell you how to attack and stuff like that. Do you need to be more aggressive offensively for yourself?
Yes.
After the third game, I think you talked about how the defense was still there, even despite the shooting struggles. Was tonight maybe a case of it just, all right, it got to a point of frustration when the shots weren't falling? No,
I don't think so. I think, we're dealing with a heck of an offensive team. They've been playing with an extreme pace as the season began. I mean, anytime Joker gets the ball off the rim, he's busting out. He's one of best point forwards or point centers, whatever you want to classify him in this league. So, you have to be always with your head on the swivel. All five are running. We didn't do a good job of, pointing out guys in our area. A lot of times, sometimes we were trying to match up to our own guys, but transition, you don't have a man. So we'll watch film over that and see ways we can get better with that. But Joker's definitely unique.
Last one for LJ, go over to AD.
Russ is dealing with a hamstring. You guys have played with him, as a group for most of the season. Do you guys feel like you missed him? And so what areas do you think, aggressive-wise, getting to the paint against Denver, I think, pretty bad rim defense. Is that an area you think where you guys maybe missed him?
Obviously, we miss not only Russ, we miss Dennis, his ability to get into the lane, his ability to make plays. But Russ definitely dealing with a hamstring. I played with D Wade in Miami, and I don't know how, you got to just be cool on that. You can't force it. You can't, until that thing is ready to go. You got to be very conscious